Hello, darlings. I am Cassandra. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming. In today's Jungle Beauty Goddess Oracle and Tarot reading, I am going to give you a message from Divine and some metaphysical tools to help you along the journey to your dreams job. So the first card I have for you is from Mr. Moon Man, Dr. Lunar M. Crater, and the message is validate your feelings. I like to go over just to briefly show you the cards first, and then we can talk about the meanings or the collective meaning of the cards. I have Jungle Beauty Goddess Charlie, and her messages: be your own hero. The next card I have for you is from Katara and Namib. Plant seeds that bear the fruit of your soul. Now Katara, who is in the red, she represents the root chakra, which has to do with our mission on the planet, our goals, our dreams, our connections to our community. And Namib represents our crown chakra, which is our connection to our higher self, to our spiritual team. So basically, this card is about you're leaving your legacy. So what did you come to this planet to share? The best way for me to think of it is Namib, she helps you with this idea that you carry, and Katara helps you plant the seed into planet Earth. And the last card I have is communication is everything. And this is, can I get it straight here? We have the Jungle Beauty Goddess's mother and father. Communication is everything. Now, my collective understanding about this hand is that there is something going on in your life that you're not sure about. In terms of, should I go with the job that pays the most, where I can get better health insurance, but then the other job is something that I really love to do, or I have more time to raise my kids or be with my family, but you are afraid to be honest with yourself because it sounds, I don't want. You know how sometimes somebody tell you something you think, I wouldn't do it. That sounds crazy. Because when we tell other people that we want to quit our jobs so we can do YouTube full time, or we are going to start some business, people are thinking like, what is wrong with you? And so you already know how other people and how the world is going to feel about you pursuing your dreams. So you kind of like, you oppress those feelings. You don't even want to bring them up to your consciousness. You don't even want to give them a real thought because you already know that everybody is going to criticize you if you really think about the fact that maybe you want another baby. And I'm just naming things that there's something that you really want, but you won't validate your own feelings. You won't let those feelings come to light because you are too afraid that you won't be able to have it, or that it won't make sense to anybody. You know what I'm saying? So you don't even allow yourself to even think about it. So the first message is, whatever is going on in your heart and in your spirit, you need to validate your feelings, even if it's insane. When I say insane, maybe you say, I want to travel to the moon, and I don't have enough money, and it doesn't seem like the smartest thing to do. But the first step to getting what you want is being honest about the fact that you really want it. Now, to me, being honest about the fact that you want something is listen, you may not make it to the moon, but you sure are going to go a lot further than you ever would have gone by lying to yourself and pretending that you never want to go on that trip. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you may not, so if you say, I want to go back to school, Maybe you don't end up with the PhD, but you end up with the master's degree. You end up with the bachelor's degree. But the first step is you just got to get really real. Like, okay, this is what I want to do with my life. This is something I want to experience. This is important to me. And I know that it doesn't make sense to anybody else in the world, but it makes sense to me. And this is how I truly feel. And once you get real with yourself about your feelings and what's going on in your heart, you have to accept the fact that it's important for you to be your own hero. Now, Jungle Beauty Goddess Charlie represents the solar plexus, which is 2 inches above our navel. Our solar plexus is a part of our body that is responsible for our ability to take accountability for our lives, to follow through and take action on our dreams and goals. When your solar plexus is out of balance, this is when we have a tendency to procrastinate or to be stagnant in terms of going after what we want. This is our self-esteem, guys. It's called the power center, and it's also the second mind. Like when somebody says, I had a gut feeling, that's the solar plexus. So it's that raw intelligence. It's not the kind where you go to school and you add 2 + 2 is 4. It's where you're taking a test. You have no idea what the answer is, but your gut, your third chakra, said pick C. So this area is so important. Now, when you become clear, I don't want to say clear, but when I say clear, I mean honest. Because sometimes, yes, I want to go to the moon, but I'm not clear about how I'm going to get there, right? Because I want to use the moon for an example because it's kind of outlandish and it's not an everyday thing to accomplish. But maybe our dream may feel like trying to go to the moon because it's so out of reach at the moment. So once you have gotten really honest with yourself and you have decided, yep, I do. I want to write cards. I want to write, what do you call them? Comic books. That's my dream. I want to make comic books and I want to sell them. I want to write a superhero. I want to start a YouTube channel showing people how to make different types of healthy foods that taste unhealthy. You know what I mean? You have made your mind up that this is what you want to do, but you got to understand something. Once you validate those feelings, nobody is coming to save you because it's time for you to be your own hero. You got to start thinking to yourself, well, maybe I won't be able to open a restaurant, but what if I get a food truck? Right? I'll get a food truck and I'll sell my delicious, healthy desserts off my food truck. I'll save my money. Maybe I can, get a scholarship and work for NASA, and perhaps maybe I can, get a grant and go to the moon. Maybe I'll start an art project for schools and I'll talk about the moon and I'll talk about everything we know about the moon. I'll do research about the moon. I'll make moons and I'll share my love for the moon with the world. So maybe you won't have an opportunity to travel to the moon, but you decide that nobody on this planet is going to know more about the moon than me. And I am going to come up with art kits. I'm going to teach people how to make the moon, how to use the moon. I'm going to talk about the history of the moon. I'm going to start a YouTube channel that's only about the moon, and you in your own special way will have traveled to the moon. And maybe one day the opportunity to travel to the moon will come to you because you know so much about it, because you have decided to be your own hero. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the first thing is I'm going to get real honest, and now I'm going to start coming up with some practical things I can do right now to get to where I want to go next. And communication is everything. Now, this is about once you validate your feelings and you get really honest with yourself and admit, yeah, I do want this. You got to go and talk to maybe your school counselor or maybe your spouse maybe your kids, maybe your boss. But you got to get real honest and say, look, dude, I know this sounds the same. And I know this is not exactly what you want to hear. But I plan on going to the moon. I'm going to make, first of all, I want to talk about the moon and you know, the cycles of the moon. I want to talk. I'm crazy about the moon. And you're going to communicate this idea to everyone. And I would tell you to create a business plan, come up with a grant proposal, like come up with a variety of ways to share, communicate this idea. Are you going to write a blog? Are you going to do YouTube? Are you going to do a pamphlet? Maybe you can do a comic book. Are you going to do have your own magazine that's all about the moon? Are you going to start a moon club at maybe in various schools? You understand what I'm saying? It's not about, but sometimes I think that when you just think to yourself, I just want to go to the moon. No, but what about me bringing the moon to me? What if I just bring the moon to me? What if I bring the moon to Earth? What if I want to be, what if you think, for example, I want to make uniforms for basketball, for the NBA. What about the local school? What about the high schools who you can look at the school colors and say, hey guys, I would like a chance to design your uniforms and then post it on your Facebook, post it on your Instagram. What I'm saying is, once you get honest, and once you realize nobody is coming to save you, nobody cares about your dream to go to the moon. And I don't mean that in a negative way. That's what I mean about being your own hero. Once we get honest with ourselves and we decide that we want something, it is our place to save ourselves. It's kind of like, guys, anybody been watching me for any amount of time, I love Harriet Tubman, and I love to use anything about her as an example. I mean, she couldn't just wait for, somebody to come save her. Like, I can't wait till this is over, until the laws pass. She had to become her own hero. And then, so now the seeds that you're planting to the ideas that you're getting, from your crown chakra, of what you really, really want, your legacy, the things you want to leave behind when you're gone, the books you want to leave behind about the moon, the healthy desserts that people cannot believe are healthy, the food truck that now is one of the next cheesecake factory. You understand what I'm saying? But you just have to be honest with yourself. So of course, I had to talk to my star alien being for an additional message from these cards. And I'm trying to think of, it was this one. This is Snowflake Obsidian. And I talked to my star alien being, the Snowflake Obsidian, and I asked for additional advice for this particular reading. Oh my God, I want to read it to you guys a little bit, because I feel like I'm going to forget something. So I'm going to read a little bit of what my Snowflake star alien being said for this particular reading. Okay. Gotta hold my little cards together. I want to say the star alien, the Snowflake star alien being said, the easy route is not always the most self-fulfilling choice to make. Sometimes it pays more money, but you spend less time with your family, less time doing the things that you love. People think that happiness is a state of blissful non-action, no stress. But true happiness is having the passion to repeat a task as many times as necessary until it feels right. People associate the best choice as lacking difficulty, but happiness means you are willing to forget. You're willing to fight through the disagreements. Through the struggles. because that person is worth the fight. Happiness is one of the most misunderstood states of human consciousness. Humans think they are happy when there is no stress. Couples who never fight or argue are lacking fundamental passion for each other. And then what came to my mind was the scene from Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I don't know if you've seen the movie Mr. and Mrs. Smith with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. And there's a scene where it just seems like all hope is lost. Yeah, all hope is lost. They're like, everything is against them. They just have their gun. And they're in this little, like a manhole. And Brad Pitt's character says to Angelina Jolie, he said, I bet you wish you were somewhere else, or something along those lines. And she said, there's nowhere else I'd rather be than with you right here, right now. This is when they're like surrounded by people who are, attacking them. That scene always touched my heart. And what was coming to me in this reading is that is what happiness is. It's when it's not about something being easy. It's about being filled with passion and desire to push through. Think about athletes who go to practice. They go to practice every day. They're not doing it for money. They're doing it because it's who they are and because they love what they're doing. And this is what you're looking for when you're looking to make decisions. And this is what this reading is about, being honest with yourself about what you want and not looking at it in terms of, this is easy, or this is, I don't want to be stressed out. Because a part of the human evolution is, everything that has happened in terms the way we look at stress has to be reevaluated, right? Because everything that's worth something created a certain amount of stress en route to accomplishing that particular goal. So think about athletes who go to practice, the starving artists, actors, writers, the actors who could repeatedly go to auditions, who take small parts that hardly pay anything. Why? Because they love it. So it has nothing to do with they have validated their feelings. So this is what I want to do in my life. I'm an actor, and if it means I'm going to be eating beans and going to auditions, then that's how it's going to be. Because I'm going to play my guitar in this band. I'm going to write these books if nobody ever reads them, because this is who I am and I enjoy doing it. Let me just, sorry about the arms. Easy, let me just say. Easy and happy are conflicting ideas that humans don't fully understand. The person who challenges you, argue with you, help you grow and evolve, and then there is the person who never talks back. Get along with your family and friends, but you don't feel like you are spiritually or intellectually growing from your relationship with this person, from their contribution to the relationship. You feel like sometimes people don't know it. You're better off in a relationship with somebody who help you see things from a different perspective, somebody who help you grow mentally, physically, who challenges you, than the person who just says, yes, dear. The mindless job that pays the bills, but takes more. This is what my star alien being said. The mindless job that pays the bills takes more than it gives because you feel dead inside. Don't be fooled by easy. Humans are designed to endure challenges, overcome setbacks, and evolve intellectually from past experiences. Where there are no challenges, there is no growth. And this is what I channeled through my snowflake obsidian. I think this is a snowflake obsidian, star alien being. Thank you for this message. Hello, darling. So now I'm going to give you some metaphysical tools to help you along the journey to your dreams, to help you make a good decision, to be able to put your hopes and dreams into action. Now, first we're going to go over some feng shui. Now, feng shui is basically the different areas in your home that reflect your psychological, emotional, and sociological well-being at the moment. So everything that is going on in your life is reflected in a different area in your home. Now, I don't want to make this video too long. So when you walk into each room of your home, imagine 9 equal squares for that room, okay? And when you walk into the room, the first 3 squares would be your wisdom area, and then your career area would be in the middle, and we have a helpful people area. Now, I don't want to go over all the other squares. I'm going to do a video explaining feng shui in general, but right now I want to focus on the areas that I think that would really help you. So when you walk in, this is my little feng shui person that I created. So I like to include this in my orders when people order from me, so that they'll know that it's not just you have an intentional object, but the areas in your home also is a reflection of what's going on in your life. And when you make these changes, it actually can help bring about the manifestation that you're seeking. So you're walking in your house. I'm just going to hold this up, and you want to focus on your wisdom area. Now, this is the area that's going to help you gain clarity about what it is you really want. And in this area, the colors are blue, black. I have a table that's actually made out of a stone table, and I have figures of, I think I have Frederick Douglass. I have what's her name? Madam C.J. Walker, Harriet Tubman. I have just various figures Barry White, people who I admire, who've done things that I like, who I think are wise. So symbols of wisdom. So let's just go back to my moon example. I would have books about the moon in this area. I would have people who have studied the moon. Or if you are looking into cooking, I would have books from my favorite cook or my favorite person who knows about, whatever your dream is. You want to make sure your wisdom area, child, you want to make sure this area is clean. If there's a toilet in this area, you definitely want to put some huge boulders around that toilet to press down that energy. There are a lot of things you can do, but again, to not make the video too long, I don't want to go into the cures. So you would also, but this area right here is super important when we're working on a dream that seems unbelievable. This is your career area. It is in the middle. So let's just say you're walking in the door. Now, sometimes your door is going to be in one of these 3 areas, but you're looking in the center of the room where the door is located. And the reason the door is important in this particular type of feng shui is because this is where the chi or the soul enters the room. Okay. Now, this is the career area. The element is water. The colors are black, blue, like a navy blue, flowers, plants. Glass represent water. Metal holds water. Symbols related to the career that you want. Business cards, job description. Child, I remember when I wanted to work for the newspaper, I had a ship in this area, and I had a table with a black tablecloth that represents water, and I had a ship with some sails, and I had a picture of me or the newspaper position. I can't remember, but I actually took a picture of myself, and I glued it onto the column because I wanted to be a columnist for this newspaper. And I said that this ship was bringing me that job. I did get the job. It is so weird. I had no experience working in a newspaper whatsoever, but I did get the job. I did write columns for that job and for other magazines as well. So this area is very important. And, you know, and just be whimsical and have a lot of fun. Like if I had told somebody, like, I'm going to buy a ship, I'm going to put you know, the ship is bringing me my dream career. Now, I had a lot of problems in terms of getting paid, the amount of money I wanted to get paid, but I did start my own magazine from there. But I don't want to make this video too long. But you want to, you know, put a picture, make your business card, and create a mock-up of your book about the moon, you know what I'm saying, or your video about the moon. Like just create that world in your mind right here in this area, and you place pictures and photos, and you live out that fantasy right here. And look, I don't want to say I promise you, because I want you guys trying to sue me, but this is a really good area to have pictures, and you know, the water bringing you what you want. Now, next to this is your helpful people area. You know, everybody likes to go straight to the money and the love areas. But guys, these three areas are so important to getting what you want out of life. Your helpful people area, ooh, this is your spiritual team, child. This is your guardian angels, your ancestors, your spiritual truth that are working in your favor. So for this area, you would have like again, you could still have some like angels who work in this particular area. So if you know what I'm saying, angels, spiritual beings, if you work with deities, gods, goddesses, you would want to put your offering in this area. Bells, metal, the color is gray, silver, round, containers with, silver containers with 3 wishes are so powerful. I actually keep containers, these little silver containers. I wish I had one near me. I could show it to you guys. But I put gemstones, I put an offering in it, and I write what I want. And I'm telling you, this is some powerful magic. You hear me? So say what you want in this area. But this area is a really good area to work on when you're working on your dreams and you're asking your spiritual team for assistance. So these are the 3 areas that I would work on in my home. Now, this is an amulet, a necklace that you can use on a skeleton key. You can use it on a ring, a bracelet, or a necklace that I created that I sell in my shop to remove obstacles from your life and procrastination. I have gemstones and herbs. I have sigils and some powerful angelic assistance and prayer. This would ground whatever it is that you are trying to do with your life, to help you move forward with your life. It would help you ground this energy. When you buy any magical jewelry from our shop, you receive instructions on how to keep it charged, as well as a feng shui chart in which areas in your home that you need to work on. I also have some suggestions for magical rituals to work with angels and spirits to help you gain clarity, and words of power from the book Words of Power by Damon Brand. One of the most important rituals, in my opinion, in Words of Power is obtain wisdom. I'm going to read a little bit of it for you so that you can see why this actually correlates with the area, the wisdom area in your home. So it says, there are times when we just don't know what to do, who to turn to, or how to make a decision. If you are faced with a dilemma like that, use this magic to obtain wisdom. The result may come in the form of intuition, a dream, or just a gradual knowledge about the best course of action. It works best when there is a particular decision to be made rather than just make you wiser in general. So basically, this is just, to me, if you are at this point in your life and you're just trying to decide, I don't know, what should I do? I would definitely do this ritual. And then the next ritual is dedicate yourself to a new skill, which is on page 55. In the modern world, you're often required to learn skills. The world has never been in greater flux, and your ability to learn skills quickly can make the difference between success and failure. This magic can be used for work skills or to improve hobbies. It works by increasing your personal dedication and ensuring that when you work on your skills, you do so with improved memory and better learning abilities. I would definitely do this, especially if you're going on a journey to the moon, or you're starting a business and you're trying to figure out the nuts and bolts of what's going on. Now, I would do this after I have really figured out what I want to do, and now that I have my business plan, or I have my, I have things in motion. And especially if you're going to do something like cook, or you want to start a program for kids, I would get public support, which is on page 52. Sometimes you want to get the public behind your project. You might be protesting against something, or trying to raise funds for something else, or just want the local community behind your venture. So this is about getting public support, but I would only think about that after I have made a really firm decision about what I want to do. I have one more, guys, just one more. This is a really good one. Archangels of Magick by Damon Brand. There's a really good ritual. I would actually do all of these. It wouldn't be an either or, because when you are working on something and you're just trying to figure out how to get it going, it's called To Bless an Undertaking. And again, this is in Archangels of Magick by Damon Brand. I want to read a little bit of it to you. It says, this is what he says: I have often repeated my assertion that it is fanciful to claim there can ever be a general purpose ritual. People often ask for a single ritual that can be applied to any situation. If magic was that easy, we'd write one short book and there would be no need for anything else. I maintain that all the general purpose rituals I have seen are no more effective than wishing. So this is not a ritual that will improve any situation you want to improve. The purpose of this ritual, I like this a lot, is to bless an undertaking. This means that when you begin something, you can use this ritual to bless your efforts and increase your fortune. If you are doing something, see, he has the word doing. The word, it's upside down, sorry. The word doing is in italics. The magic will make you more effective. It will attract better luck to that situation. So he says the key here is that you have to be doing something, and for best results, this should be something new, something that has changed recently, or that has been started afresh. So I would actually use these rituals to help me on my journey to the moon, child. I really hope this reading helps someone. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you, darlings, in the next video. Okay, this is a light check after the previous video. I want to see what's going on. Let's see how the light look. Right? Hair, makeup, blah, 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 blah. And